Hello all, welcome to our Week 2 review and our Week 3 preview. These videos aren't intended to be elaborate or fancy or anything, just a quick little communication device each week. As I've had a chance to get to know some of us, there's a plot twist in our class this semester. We have two different groups in our course. We currently have a group that teaches at this point or are instructional coaches, and they're working toward the Computer Science Endorsement Program with Carla Hester Croft. We also have a half of the course that are working toward teaching, and so this kind of course will be their first experience. With our different backgrounds, I want to adjust our instruction a little bit. I would feel awful if I didn't adjust instruction knowing that we have such a diverse background. So these are the ways I'll work toward differentiating our instruction. Discussion groups may vary from week to week. Sometimes we'll have a group that is heterogeneous, where we'll have both the Computer and Science Endorsement Program students with students that are fresh toward teaching degrees. And then sometimes we'll have homogeneous groups where we'll have the Computer Science Endorsement individuals in a discussion group and people working toward a teaching degree in a separate group. So we'll play around with that a little bit this semester. And you'll start to see different kinds of choices in our assignments, which could be good for all of the students in our course because sometimes we might have a bit more background experience with one skill set and we could work on building another skill set. So sometimes there might be a miscommunication here or there as I work toward tweaking our course. When in doubt, send me an email. So far, I hope that you have the experience that I will respond to your messages pretty quickly. If you haven't heard from me in about 24 hours, please use my cell phone that I have with the contact information, which is 307-371-3848. I enjoyed reading through our ITSE Standards discussion board this week. Most often cited seem to be Knowledge Constructor, Digital Citizen, and Empowered Learner. But in the discussions, I noticed the underlying themes that we talked about management issues and the role of cell phones in classes as a distractor and not necessarily an enhancer of our instructional opportunities. There is also quite a bit of discussion about student responsibility and what digital citizenship looks like. One of my favorite themes that kept coming up is the harnessing of all available resources, where students can pull from so many different channels of information and tools where they can develop new methods of understanding and new methods of communication. And another theme that spoke to my heart was to remember the human connection, that sometimes we can get carried away with the role of technology for technology's sake, but we can use technology to remind students of their role in the world as fellow human beings. Coming up this week, we have our Google Ninja Part 2 assignment. Some of our classmates are Google educators, which means that this assignment is something they've done a while ago. If you are in this position, please message me and we'll come up with an alternative assignment. For our Digital Issues discussion board this week, I want to challenge you guys to play with the assumptions in the readings. Sometimes in tech-based books we'll have a pro-innovation bias. Feel free to push back on that pro-innovation bias if you want. Please feel free to provide additional resources and research to the discussion boards, and don't be afraid to break the script beyond usual topics such as digital citizenship, student responsibility. Push back as much as you want on the topics, challenge ideas, post challenging questions as much as you want. I look forward to our discussions this week. I really enjoyed reading the interactions from the previous week. Have a good night.